Antonio Baez with AB Boxing News. We're here in Brooklyn at the Packplex Boxing Gym, and I'm here with Courtney, Kingpin Pennington. Courtney, how are you today?
What's going on, brother? Doing great, doing great. In the gym, training as I always do. Training for a possible upcoming fight, either June 8th at the Paramount Theater or June 30th at Mohegan Sun.
Yes. Let's go a little back. March 16th, you fought at the Paramount. Tell us about the victory and tell us your training for your next fight.
My last fight, March 16th, I faced a really game opponent, Steven Martinez. You know, as always, we go in with the game plan, but things happened and it turned into a war.
Right.
By the grace of God, and the training, I won more rounds than he did and pulled away with the victory. And moving forward, we are, going down the line, possibly, get somebody in the top 30, top 20 to move on up these rankings.
There we go. As of right now, you're training for June, July return?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said before, we really we don't take too much time out of the gym. I fought, I believe it was a Thursday. I was right back in the gym on Monday. I really I don't have the time to take time off. It's go time. I didn't win no world title as of yet, so kind of consistent training for me. Right,
but your goal in the next year or two is to get that big title shot.
Right, absolutely, and until there's no breaks until I get there. So I'm trying to stay busy, and in order to stay busy, I have to stay in shape,
right.
As well as me. I was previously fighting at junior middleweight, 154.
Right.
I'm trying to go down to welterweight, 147. So I got to stay on the weight and keep eating right and keep training.
Definitely, we got upcoming fights. We got Lomachenko, Linares, and that's a great fight. And MSG Theater. Who you got winning that fight?
Oh man, terrific fight. I'm a fan of both men, but because of the angles, consistent pressure, and the fact that he's way more technically sound than a lot of boxers out there, I'm gonna give it to Lomachenko. I think that's gonna be a great fight, but I really don't see Linares dealing with his technique and consistent angles and punching speed. I think Lomachenko takes that fight.
Also, that same night, we have upstate, we have Saddam Ali versus Liam Smith. Who do you got winning that fight?
Of course, I'm biased to Brooklyn. Shout out to Saddam Ali.
There we go.
Okay, former Olympian. Even though Saddam Ali's coming from welterweight up to 154, a lot of people are telling him to get out of his playground because these are big boys at 154. But I think he has the advantage with his technical skills and his foot speed and hand speed. I think that's going to pose a lot of trouble for Liam Smith. Liam Smith is a come forward bruiser, kind of upright, and just with the slick boxing know-how of Saddam Ali, I think he takes that fight.
We have April 21st, Adrian Broner versus the replacement of Figueroa that was injured. It's Jesse Vargas. Who do you like winning that fight?
I think Broner got a gift with Omar Figueroa dropping out of that fight. Omar Figueroa is somebody to watch out for. He comes straight forward. But Jesse Vargas now, I think he has him to take Jesse Vargas. I believe that this time around, I seen him. He been training hard. He learned from his mistakes. Paying too much attention to a lot of business outside of the ring, getting arrested and whatnot. But he seemed to have a pretty solid training camp. And when Broner is in a solid shape and has a good training camp, he seems to be A1. So I think he got that fight.
Final words?
Please, guys, follow me on Instagram. That's Ring Maestro, RINGMAESTRO on Instagram, and Courtney Pennington on Facebook. Thank you, AB Boxing, Antonio, for coming through Packplex. I appreciate you. Shout out to my trainer, Mustafa Marconi, my fitness and strength and conditioning coach, Dolo Fitness. Shout out to everybody who spars with me and keeps me in shape. Team Geneva, Team Kingpin, let's go.